Okay guys, I am back again, and this time I'm doing my Steelbook updates. You guys seem to like these, so I've kept them to their own videos since way back when, and I'm just going to continue on because I have quite a few Steelbooks. This is one of the few things I'm actually actively picking up right now is Steelbooks. Most of the rest of my collection is kind of slacking and dwindling, but this continues to grow. I'm just going to start with the first box and we'll see where we go from there. Here's one that I picked up at Best Buy. They have a ton of these right now, just random Steelbooks that are coming and going. Used to, you get these every once in a while. Now it seems like there's a Steelbook section there all the time. Shawshank Redemption has a cool matte finish. Interior, very generic. Nothing important in there, just silver. Any of these that are like that I may skip over in the future, as you know. It's not a big deal for me to show the interior if there's actually nothing there. But yes, it's a cool one. Shawshank Redemption, great movie. Here's one that I picked up from the UK. Pretty decent movie. I actually liked it. It was just a little bit long. I mean, I think a lot of these movies are really long, but I enjoyed it. Great Gatsby. This one, on the other hand, if you're familiar with region-free stuff that comes from other countries, you know, that is designed to work, you might realize that some of these still are really quirky when they work. It's a cool interior design. I'll try to get any glares. I know there's going to be glares, but I'll try to move around and make the best of non-glares. Sorry about that. As I was saying is you might realize that some of these still don't work very well, and what I found is that the BD Live feature, it's just actually one of those things that you have to have that turned off sometimes for these newer movies to work correctly, because even though they're not restricted to a certain region, the BD Live gets weird because it's trying to access, I'm assuming, a different server for which intended country it thinks it's going to be played in. So just FYI. That was Great Gatsby. Here's another one that was an exclusive I got. I believe this one was from Target. You'll have to forgive me if I forget, because I've got to the point where I've forgotten a lot of these movies. I've waited way too long. I should have put this out a long time ago. Elysium, which has a really cool design of the suit, and there's just a design of like the city. This all has a matte finish. The spine is pretty simple. It just says Elysium. The interior is kind of a simple shot, but it looks cool. There, a Matt Damon with a gun. Yeah, I was actually a big fan of this movie. I was looking forward to it coming out because I'm a big fan of District 9. I don't know if this movie actually lived up to all the hype, but at the same time I enjoyed it. I have no major complaints about it. This is one that I almost ordered overseas, and then luckily I found out maybe a few weeks before it came out that it was coming to Target, because for the longest time they just kept saying they were getting exclusive and they wouldn't mark it as Steelbook. I've undoubtedly seen that I showed my Man of Steel. Well, now I officially have the Man of Steel pre-order, which this is kind of a magnet, and it's a lenticular. Yeah, there you go. There's the effect. Lenticular design. And I don't have Man of Steel in front of me, but normally when you would pre-order this from Wal-Mart, it would come with all this stuff, and I think you had to put $5 down or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. I actually missed out on that because I wasn't for sure this was in there. I actually didn't read up and do my homework. What I've got here is a different Steelbook that I'm going to show here in a minute, which is The World's End. But I was going to show how this works. Basically, you put that on there, and the magnet holds it perfectly, you know, on the center. It's a cool design. I thought I'd show it now because I'm going to be putting this on my Man of Steel Steelbook, so that is cool. This was just a pre-order that was exclusive to the Walmart that had the Steelbook, so if you went in there early, I actually missed out and ended up having to buy that off somebody, which is just my own fault. As I was saying, The World's End. I actually really enjoyed this movie. This is one that I was kind of hoping they would have a Steelbook, and then I found out they weren't, so I went ahead and ordered it. This is the interior, which just has all the gang there with all the weird robot alien things in the background. And then this is the front and the back. The front has this logo, which is pretty cool. I kind of wished it was more that one. I think that's cool, but I think together they work well. This is a glossy finish. That one was available in the UK. and it is Blu-ray only, doesn't include a DVD or anything. The next one I got here was another UK exclusive. I was really excited about this. This is another one that has the half slip, and this is the JFK Steelbook, which is getting kind of hard to find. They had the anniversary, previously in November, so this one got pretty popular for a while. I don't know if it's back in print or not, but I think it was sold out for a long time. This is what the inside looks like, which just has a picture of, I think that's the scene where he's speaking to the press, and this is what the front and the back looks like. It just got a cool, it's like a metallic finish, but it's like a brushed metallic, and it's still matte, so it's not glossy. And like I said, it's got that half slip at the bottom that has the codes on it. I kind of like those. I didn't like them at first, but I'm starting to dig them now. Here's another one I got, which is Kick-Ass 2. I had the first Kick-Ass on Steelbook, so of course I had to get the Kick-Ass 2 Steelbook as well. This was another one I got from the UK, another region free. This is what the interior of Kick-Ass 2 looks like, and this is what the front and back looks like. It's a cool design of just kind of like the main characters there with their own color scheme next to them. Very similar to the first one as far as like they did a glossy finish with lots of color. I like it. I thought it was pretty cool. Here's some ones that I got this one from Savvy. Some of these I will get occasionally from Savvy, but I'm a big fan of Dick Tracy, so I wanted to pick this one up. So I ended up getting the Dick Tracy. It's a very simple design, but it looks cool. It's a matte finish as well. The interior is very simple. It's just got Dick Tracy there with the background. I'll try to get enough of an angle that you can make out what it is. It just has kind of like the night in the background, but this is all raised lettering. If you could kind of tell in there, you can see the back side of the raised lettering. But on the front, this is all raised. Very simple design, but still well done. I'll show these next two together, which are Kill Bill and Kill Bill Volume 2. Interior, the first Kill Bill has Quentin Tarantino there. Cool metallic finish. This has a metallic finish that's sort of like a brushed. It's not quite shiny, but it's got that metallic type of look to it, and it is a matte finish. This one came from Best Buy. Best Buy got a whole bunch of these. It was part of some kind of agreement that they had, and I believe the people that were putting these out, it was like Lionsgate or something like that. A lot of them that were coming together with Miramax, and you'll see the ones that I got, they're all owned by the same license. But this is Kill Bill Volume 2, and you might be thinking I already have Kill Bill Volume 2. Mine were the French-Canadian English, mixed, so I decided to go ahead and get a regular one that didn't, for whatever reason. Those have the wording on the spine upside down, and it's like half English and half French, and that always kind of bothered me. I know that that's nitpicking, but I don't like the spine reading upside down. But this is what the inside of Kill Bill Volume 2 looks like, of course, with Quentin Tarantino once again. Here's Uma Thurman and the list there. I kind of like that both those, they ended up featuring a picture that had Quentin Tarantino on it. That's actually pretty cool. The next one here I got is part of that same group, which these all have just a simple back. There isn't like a folded edge that comes over the front, but this is a matte finish. Really cool design of the Terminator there, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator on the back. This Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The inside is plain, unfortunately. That's a very cool exterior art. The next one I have here is another one from Best Buy that's in that same design, and is Sin City. I really enjoy Sin City. I'm looking forward to the sequels. They've been talking about it forever, because it's hard to believe that the original movie came out almost 10 years ago now. It's like 8-9 years ago. But they were originally going to do 3 of those, like basically almost back to back, and they never did. It's what the interior looks like, with Marv there, and on this side. And it's a shiny finish, but it's metallic. It looks very reminiscent of what you think of the movie, and like it uses a lot of the schemes that they use for the promotional posters and things like that. Here's a classic. Of course, everybody loves Pulp Fiction, and I think it was long overdue for them to finally have a Pulp Fiction Blu-ray Steelbook. And once again, they featured a shot of Quentin Tarantino working there, so that's kind of cool that all the ones that had Quentin Tarantino, he's actually in the interior art. I think that's a great idea. I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan. So that's Pulp Fiction. That was another one that came from Best Buy. I didn't pick up all these, but I picked up the ones I definitely enjoyed, the ones I liked. The next one I've got here has a generic interior, so I'm not even going to show that. But this is Stargate, and this has a gloss finish. You'll notice it's a little bit dingy up here, but that's not bad. Stargate. The back, I think the back is a really cool design as well, but there's Stargate. Next one I have here is Total Recall. This is from the same design, has no interior art, so I won't show that. It's a Total Recall. It's a picture of the alien handprint that was, you know, the kind of like the button that you push or whatever. You had to put the alien hand in there, and that's it. I really enjoy the first Total Recall. I'm a big fan of that. And there's the design that everybody's familiar with on the back. And like I said, interior is totally blank, so nothing there. The next two I'm going to show. The first one is Little Mermaid. I decided to upgrade to this because Savvy had it pretty cheap, and I like The Little Mermaid. I think that's a good Disney classic. It came during the time that I was really enjoying watching Disney movies. I kind of grew up on them, and then I broke away from them. And then in high school, I got to watch them again because my little cousin, she was young, and a lot of people I knew, like especially girls around my age, were big fans of this. So I watched it a few times, and I actually enjoyed it, and kind of like all the movies from around the late 80s, early 90s that Disney did. But this is what it looks like. It's got a slip on it that kind of covers the bottom. The front is the Ariel. The back is kind of generic, but it looks cool, and it's a matte finish with raised lettering here. And the inside is just the ocean, but it looks cool. It's kind of hard to see. The ocean is mostly dark. There's a little bit of seaweed over here, and there's like some light coming in, which is similar to the front design. And they had a promotion going that you could order. I think it was like if you ordered one of these movies, then the other one was really cheap. And the one I ended up getting was the Jungle Book. I think it would end up being like $5 or something like that, £5, which was like $7, $8. It was the Jungle Book. Did not do my homework. This one is, I think, region B locked. Blu-rays, there's only A, B, and C in region free. In DVDs, it goes up to, I believe, region 9, 0 through 9. But this is what it looks like. This is all raised, all the lettering here. Cool design for Jungle Book, and a movie I didn't have at the time. I have since picked up Jungle Book, and I think I might end up moving the movie over into this set, just because I really want to keep the Steelbook, even though I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't end up getting one that I could watch. So that's a little unfortunate, but I've paid more for Steelbooks before just to get the case, so I guess that doesn't really matter. And this is the next box I've got sitting here, which it has a lot of the newer movies that I've bought. Justice League War. I'm actually kind of so-so on this movie. It's not that it's bad. It's a New 52 story based on the Justice League. And I had read this story before and didn't think it was a really super strong storyline, so I was kind of surprised they turned this into a movie. I think there's a lot of stuff they could have done before this. It's what the front and back looks like. It's what the interior looks like. Nice brushed kind of matte finish. The next one I've got here is Thor: The Dark World. I just watched this. I thought this was really good. I think this was actually done more in the vein of like what Joss Whedon had done with the Avengers. They definitely tried to add some new comedic elements to this that I really enjoyed, as well as playing around kind of with the storyline of what you come to expect from Thor. They kind of changed around some of the stuff. I really enjoyed what they did with the hammer when there was some kind of like some dimensional shifting, and the hammer had to try to find Thor. That's actually really cool stuff, and I enjoyed it. It was very comedic and fascinating. But yes, Thor, and this is the one. I didn't get to see this at the theater, unfortunately. I missed it. But I do have to comment on one thing in particular about this release. This was a Best Buy release. I barely found it, and then come to find out, this actually was designed for a 3-disc. I'm assuming originally it was going to include a DVD. Either that or they just got really lazy in the design. But either way, this includes no DVD, and it has a missing disc space. So of course, it's odd. You've got Blu-ray 3D disc on one side, Blu-ray disc on the other. But the interior looks like so. And the front and back looks like this, which is a cool design that wraps around to the back. The next movie I've got here is Ender's Game. Ender's Game I went to go see at the movie theater, and I thought it was pretty good. My girlfriend's boys really liked it. The front and the back. It's got a glossy finish. I can't remember where this one was available. It might have been Target, if I'm not mistaken. But I was going to tell you, I'm really disappointed in this. For a new release, nothing on the inside. I just showed that because I couldn't believe it. You guys should be really surprised by that too. That's very common for cheaper releases, older re-releases, things of that nature. Not common for a straight off the shelf new release, especially when it's an exclusive for a store. Usually they go a little bit beyond and do some interior arts. I was kind of disappointed by that. The next one I got here is Captain Phillips, which has kind of a weird design of different photos mixed together. This one actually only has space for one disc, and it has stacked discs, as you can see there from the DVD and Blu-ray, which is an odd choice because we just saw the Thor that had leftover space. This is what the exterior looks like. The interior is just the ocean. Looks like almost one of those 3D find a hidden picture type of things. The next one I got is a movie that I really enjoyed. I went and saw this at the theater. It's got a weird kind of semi-wrap around, and that is White House Down. This is the kind of movie that to me seems sort of like a Die Hard movie. It had the comedic elements. It kind of like felt more like an older Die Hard movie, like the throwbacks, but it was done really well. This is what the front and the back looks like, which has him walking in front of the White House, and this is what the interior looks like with Jamie Foxx, Channing Tatum. Very simple. This was a UK release that I got. I was really excited to see that come out, and unfortunately we did not get a Steelbook release in the US, so since I was a fan, I went ahead and picked that up. Next, 6 movies I will show pretty quick, and these are the movies that all came out at the same time, and it was the Fast and Furious series. I will start with 1, which has a green design. They do not have interior art, so the design looks like so. It's just green with the number 1 there on the back, so that you'll know there is some confusion because some of the titles are kind of similar, even though they're not in really any kind of order. Of course, nothing on the inside of this one, but this is the blue design for Too Fast, Too Furious with a 2 on the back. I like these movies okay. I had my moments where I enjoy them more than others. I went to go see the newest one at the theater. My girlfriend's oldest son, he's a big fan of them. This is the orange design for Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, which is the 3rd movie in the series, as you'll see there. It has the 3 on the back. These were all at Best Buy. These were Best Buy exclusives. And unfortunately, these designs, as cool as they could have been, the release wasn't that good as far as, like, they were almost all banged up. I like to never found any of them that were halfway decent. Fast and Furious 4, which I think was originally just called Fast and Furious, but they went ahead and put the 4 on there so you wouldn't be confused. There's the 4 on the back. That was one that had a really similar name to the original. They just left out the word "the," which got kind of popular there for a while to kind of reuse names so that you wouldn't have to say the number 4. This is Fast 5, which is the 5th one. It's got the purple design. All very similar. That's probably the coolest part about it is they did stick with a general layout design and continue that throughout, and that made me want to keep all these. This is the 6th one, which is Fast and Furious 6. Yellow design on that one. There was another release of Fast and Furious 6 Steelbook. This is the only one that they made that kind of went around with the other ones. So that one was available at Best Buy, but also the regular Steelbook was available at Best Buy, which is very odd. They actually had 2 Steelbooks, and if you got the yellow one, it matched, and if you didn't, you didn't. Steelbooks I got from Savvy for some classic movies. This is Goonies. Has the classic poster logo there on the front, and then there's a cool design on the back of them looking up through the well. And here's another classic design of them looking at the ship. Very basic, yet really cool. This actually has a raised finish too. It's a glossy. The next one's another 80s classic that I really enjoy, and that is Gremlins. As you know, I'm a big fan of that. This is a sticker, so I may remove those at some point, but for now I've just decided to leave it. This has a matte finish, but has raised lettering here. The back is also a cool design of Gizmo himself there coming out of the box, or a mogwai of some kind, and the stripe, of course. But on the inside, it's kind of like what we got there on the DVD release several years ago, and I think the Blu-ray had a similar one, which is the one of Gizmo, and Stripe in the background is the shadow. This side just blank white. This is another one of the steelbooks that was available at Best Buy, and I got this later, and this was Highlander. That's what the front and the back looks like. The interior art is just silver. Here's some more I got from Savvy. The Rocketeer, which is a cool Disney movie. I always liked this. This is kind of like a movie that from the 90s that I always enjoyed that didn't get much respect. I like that front design. And the back design is pretty cool too. It's just a photograph. The interior art is another cool design there of the Rocketeer and art design. And then this is just the sky, but this does have raised lettering, which is very common on many of these. Here is Tron. This is another great live action Disney movie. This is classic Tron. Has a similar design to the other one. It has the matte finish with raised lettering. This is what the front and the back looks like with a classic disc type logo there at the bottom. And the interior part with just some cool pictures from the film. The next one I got here is from Savvy as well, and that's Daredevil. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. I actually kind of like it. I know it's not that great. It didn't hold up that well over time, but I enjoyed it when it came out. I watch it from time to time. Jennifer Garner there with Ben Affleck in the back as Elektra. Another one of those that has the half slip, which is cool. I think that's a great design. It saves from all those stickers nobody likes. Another half design, X-Men Origins Wolverine. I kind of like this movie too. It's odd. There's elements of it that aren't very good, but I still enjoy it. It has the half slip. This is actually pretty well done UK release. This is the part I like right there, though, the comparison of the two, and has him with the X-ray version. This one here is a region A/B. Many of these I've said before, I'm like, oh, these are region free or not. Some of them are, some of them aren't. What I mostly mean is they will play in region A, even though they came from a different part of the world. So I should really warn you, do your homework, look up things like on Blu-ray.com, see if there's a mention. Also, you can look up for high scan resolutions of these, and look for the things like the little logo there. See if I can get it up close if you can see it. See how it has the A and the B? Maybe that's in focus, maybe it's not. Sometimes it looks sort of like a triangle, and it'll be ABC. This one just says AB, so this isn't playable in region C. So it came from region B, plays in region A, but that is the only two regions. Here's X2, X-Men 2 United. This is another one where I was just trying to take some of my superhero movies and upgrade them cheaply to Steelbook. Here's a cool design of Cyclops there. And front and back, and this has a raised design also. This is another one from the UK. This one is actually ABC. Yeah, X-Men 2. The next one, of course, if you're not guessing, is X-Men, the first movie, the one from 2000. This one's ABC also. Has the half slip, and then the front and back looks like so, which is just two different designs that they use for promotional stuff. And then the interior part is Professor X making his way out to Cerebro. Here's two movies that I got that were at Savvy also, and this is Captain America. It's sort of a basic design, but definitely wanted to get it, which is Captain America, the first Avenger, first movie. These are stickers, so they can be removed at some point if I desire. This is what the front and the back looks like. This has raised lettering. This one is very similar. This is Thor, the first Thor movie, just Thor. And this is a pretty cool design. It has raised lettering again. There's the interior part. I'm trying not to get too bad of a glare. And this last movie I'll show you here, surprisingly, it's got a couple of little dings, but it's not too bad actually, and that's Battle Los Angeles. I already had this on Blu-ray, so I just thought I'd upgrade it. I found this at my local dollar store for $6. This was originally, if I'm not mistaken, a Walmart exclusive, so I don't know exactly how that worked out, except for maybe it got closed out to places like Dollar Store. But this is what the front and the back looks like. This is what the interior looks like. A great buy for $6. You can't go wrong there. That's all I've got for now. I will undoubtedly have more Steelbooks in the future. I actually have plans to get the newest version of Hunger Games Catching Fire. I believe that comes out this Friday. Now, after you see this, that may be long in the past, but that's how long ago this was recorded. It was before Catching Fire came out. But that is all my Steelbooks as of now. I will leave you guys there, and I will see you guys again next time. All right, take care.